Welcome to Healthfirst. Today we have the CRMC Foundation Executive Director Maria Stanford, who's going to be telling us information about all the exciting transformations taking place at Coleman Regional Medical Center. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Most of our viewers probably know you as CRMC's Healthfirst host. So tell us about your new role at CRMC.
Well, for the last almost 2 years now, I've had the privilege of working with the CRMC Foundation, and just a few months ago we've had an opportunity now to move into a different direction and work with the foundation on all the projects and capital campaigns and events that we have going on at the hospital to further advance health care here in our community. So still with the hospital and going strong with the foundation.
Well, congratulations on your new opportunity. I know the foundation is very grateful to have you on board.
Thank you.
You're a wealth of knowledge of the community and great relationships as well. So tell us a little bit about the goals and objectives of the CRMC Foundation.
Sure. The foundation is really there to help advance health care and support and strengthen the hospital. And there is a very diverse group that helps each and every day. There's a foundation board that consists of 27 board members, and then there's also volunteers that help support the events and the fundraisers that we have. And there's a group called the CRMC Service Guild, and there's about 40 ladies that assist with fundraising activities. So you have a team, a diverse group in our community, advocates and supporters of the hospital that are constantly trying to share the good news of what's going on at the hospital and helping support with the fundraising effort. So the goals are really simple in that we are trying to raise money to buy equipment for the hospital for patient care, to make the patient care experience something that is one that's comfortable for the patient, and that may be through trying to raise money to refresh a room or to secure equipment to maybe provide patient care in a more expedited manner or more comfortable manner. So constantly trying to raise money though to put back into the hospital.
Wonderful. So tell us about some of the many different ways that the foundation does raise these needed funds for this equipment.
Well, there's a lot of opportunities to give back to the foundation, to give back to the community, to strengthen the hospital here in Coleman. And with that, there are certain programs that are ongoing that have been in place for many, many years, such as the Tree of Life, which if people are out on the campus and may see a gold tree in the main entryway area that connects the hospital to POB1, they may see the tree that was in the old hospital, and you can buy a leaf or a rock or an apple in memory or in honor of someone. And then we have Etched in Stone, which is an ongoing program and giving program. For $500 you can buy a granite brick paver that outlines the sidewalk at the hospital, and a lot of people see that when they're sitting outside there. But there are other opportunities and giving opportunities through events. We have events such as the annual gala, which is in April, and then we have the golf tournament that takes place in September every year, and we have that coming up September the 9th. And both of those events this year, all monies raised will go back to benefit the Refresher Room capital campaign, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But we received, for example, today we had someone come in that wanted to recognize a loved one that had just passed away. And so anytime we can take donations and write acknowledgement cards to the family to let them know that they made a donation in their memory or in honor. So we do that all the time, and we work with the funeral homes in our community to assist guests with that. And then we have capital campaigns, and most notably a more recent campaign called the Golden Window campaign, which was to enhance the emergency services at CRMC. And with expansion, that was very popular and in the news about 6 or 7 years ago. And we're in the process now with our Refresher Room capital campaign and working hard to raise money to put back into the patient rooms and enhance all the areas of the hospital. So.
Wonderful. Well, I know that after my children were born, we also had the opportunity to make a donation back to the foundation through the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star program.
Absolutely, yes. what a wonderful way once you've had a child to recognize your little one, and so there's a wonderful mural and display for a donation of $50 and more. We have an opportunity where guests can buy a star in memory and in honor of babies that have been born at CRMC.
Yes, and it is a beautiful mural, and I was very excited that we could do that for both of my children and then make a donation to the foundation as well. Well, today you talked a little bit about the Refresh a Room campaign, and I know that it's really exciting. If anybody comes up to the hospital, they'll see a little bit of construction going on. Can you tell us why this campaign was started and what the goal is?
Well, I think everybody's probably familiar with the campus if you've been there for a patient experience, and right now you may walk in and you may see a little new and refreshed areas. For example, the central registration area, the Coleman Lions Club was very generous and donated monies to enhance that area. That's all been updated. So if you walk in central registration, you're going to see this new and improved area, and then you're going to see maybe some of the areas that are not as new, and the hospital is now, I think, 18 years old, so it's time for definite refurbishing and refreshing of the areas, not only in the patient rooms but also in the other clinical areas as well. So that's what we're trying to do right now, is trying to give opportunities for our community, for service organizations, individuals to give back and to secure rooms and other giving areas, from nursing stations to the family waiting areas, and have a naming opportunity that will be there forever. So.
Well, I know that if you walk around the hospital, you really can see amazing transformations, and we're going to take a look at some of the new rooms here in just a moment, but y'all really have done an amazing job. And do you have some information about what rooms might still be available, or what might be available if someone was interested in making a donation?
Absolutely. And let me first say that our staff at CRMC and our plant operations department has been working very hard. This has been done, the rooms have been renovated by the staff and with the leadership of Sharon Leathers, and helping us secure the different design options and that kind of thing. So we're very excited about what's going on, and a lot of people have seen the mock room that we have on display in the main lobby. And as you were saying, we have here just a diagram to kind of look at to see what we've done thus far. And I say what we've done, what we've accomplished in the way of construction, and maybe what has been completed thus far. And on the second floor in the maternity suite, we currently have 5 rooms that are under construction. And I say 5, we have 2 that are completed, and we have 3 that are now under construction and 1 to come along. So we have 5 rooms secured, and we'll be continuing to meet with individual donors about securing other rooms. So if anybody's watching today and they'd like to come and take a tour of a room, we will try to accommodate that. Of course, these rooms are highly sought after because the 2 suites are very nice, and like you mentioned, we'll be seeing footage of that in just a minute. But we do have the 5 LDRP suites that are already completed. On the 3rd floor on 3 East, we have rooms that are about to be under construction. We have 10 rooms that we've ordered materials for, and then we'll be moving on to 3 West. 3 West is the area in which has been secured, and construction's really been taking place there for the last several months. And we have the Borough Wing that we're real proud to offer to guests now. And without the Borough family, that wouldn't be possible. But we have, I believe, 22 rooms in that area that have been completed, and our pediatric center has been completed as well. And then we have a new nursing station on 3 West. And then we have on this particular information sheet, the majority of this coral color here on the 4th floor, that actually means these rooms are available. So if someone's watching our program today and they'd like to maybe secure a room, they can call us and we'll try to coordinate that. We can have up to 4 families go in together to make a donation, and a private room is $18,000. But like I said, you could go in with 4 different families or 3, and even if you didn't have a family and you wanted to donate a certain amount, we can always look for other donors and kind of match and help and make that become a reality. But private rooms, like I said, are $18,000. Semi-private rooms are $20,000, and then our maternity suites are $25,000.
Okay. And is there a pledge time period that people can make these donations?
There is. We can work with each donor specifically, and they can make a one-time donation or spread their pledge out over a 3-year period.
So are y'all hoping to have all of this refreshing done to the hospital within a 3-year period?
Absolutely. That's our goal. So
wonderful.
yes.
Well, y'all are doing a great job, and I know that I can't wait to take a look at the footage. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and Maria's going to describe what we're seeing of all the new footage of the refreshed areas of the hospital when we come back.
There's something about the moment when you first walk into that new home. It took a lot to get there, but Eva Bank made it easy to get the loan you needed. Eva Bank, as a part of the community, makes lending decisions right here where you live. Our lenders make the process quick and easy with rates you'll love. Visit your neighbors at Eva Bank today and let them help you with your new home loan, manufactured home, refinance, or remodel. Eva Bank, part of the community we call home.
When you remember to get your mammogram, you're not just remembering it for yourself. You're remembering it for everyone around you. It's just one more way you take care of them. So call your doctor. Because it's up to you to make the appointment. It's up to us to get you immediate, accurate, state-of-the-art results right here at home. Coleman Regional Medical Center Women's Diagnostic Center. Taking care of you so you can take care of them.
Delicious stud, hun.
Eat up, there's plenty more.
Billy, eat your stud. Think of the termites whose homes were protected with Termidor.
Aw, Dad, the Browns will never get Termidor. They're clueless.
Yeah, they even think homeowners insurance covers our damage.
Do you hear laughing?
It's probably just the pipes.
Target Pest Control. We aim to please.
Welcome back to Healthfirst. Today we have Executive Director of the CRMC Foundation, Maria Stanford, with us, who is explaining all of the wonderful things taking place at CRMC with their Refresh a Room campaign. Maria, thanks for coming on today, and I know that I'm really excited about showing the footage of the wonderful areas that have already been transformed through the Refresh a Room campaign. So if you don't mind just walking us through what we're seeing and help the viewers understand.
Sure. Before the break, we were talking about some of the areas that have been completed, and the first area of footage I believe that we're going to look at now is the area with the Central Registration Lions Club. Generously donated monies towards this opportunity here to be refreshed, and they did this in memory of Chester Freeman, who was a founding member of the Lions Club, and so it's very fitting that we were able to make this renovation sooner than later. As I mentioned earlier before the break, this is the first area you'll see for all patients that are coming in for an outpatient procedure, or maybe patients may have to be admitted to the hospital. So this is the first point of entry, and that's the main artery into the hospital. We're moved up here now to the 3rd floor, and we're looking at room 338, which was donated by the Daniel Foundation. This is a semi-private room, and this kind of gives you an overview. This is of what the rooms look like now, and this was the first room that was updated and remodeled. You can see the communication boards back on the walls there, and this particular image here gives you a close-up of just the specific area with the opportunity to see the new Hill-Rom beds that we have. When the beds alone are a talking point, we can mention and get into detail in just a little bit. And here is a chair that folds out and reclines for someone to spend the night there next to their loved one. And this is a close-up shot here of a pain chart, so we can, as patients, accurately share with our caregivers our pain levels for various pain management opportunities. Here's an image next of some artwork that is featured on the 3rd floor, and this is just another example of what the bathrooms look like on the 3rd floor as well. And we'll move into the shower area, I believe, next, after the sink here. And yes, here's an example of one of the newer remodeled showers.
And you can tell that these really are high-end, much like a high-end hotel suite would be, which is
Absolutely.
very nice.
And this blue color here signifies that we're on the pediatric center of the 3rd floor. The colors are fun and bright here in this area. And there's a couch that is featured, which also pulls out, or I should say folds down, and is nice for loved ones that would like to rest and lay down and be asleep next to a patient. And again, this is in the pediatric center and in the pediatric room here on the 3rd floor. This is another image of artwork that's displayed in room 350, and 350 and the entire wing is named after the Burrow family. The Burrow estate was one of the first donors to step up with this campaign, and you know, all this wouldn't be possible without the donors in our community. The city of Coleman has endorsed and supported the Refresher Room campaign, and with that, here we're moving on into a maternity suite, I believe, or into a bathroom maybe on the 3rd floor. Yeah. And this just shows you more footage here of what has been done. 3 West Nurses Station was donated again in honor of several family members by the Burrow estate, by the family that we addressed earlier. Now we're moving to the maternity center. Here is suite number 15. This was donated by Mrs. Enzer in loving memory of Dr. Herman C. Enzer. And this is an opportunity for those at home that might not ever go into these areas, but a chance to see how the room has been remodeled. The old baby warmers are now out, and we have cabinets with a special warmer that folds up and is not seen sometimes, but looks just like a cabinet, like a dressing area. But this gives you more of an updated look here of where the babies are measured and taken care of immediately after they're delivered. This is a nice reclining couch and sofa there that we saw quickly for guests to go to sleep on and visit with. And this is the bathroom area, and one of the 2 designs that we have available for those that are interested in securing a maternity suite. There's 2 different options, design options that you can select from. So that kind of gives an overview of some of the images that we have that have been updated, and our guests have really enjoyed. I mean, you don't ever enjoy being at the hospital, but the word enjoy kind of comes to mind in that you're there, you're trying to heal, and when your aesthetics are more appealing, studies have proven that the healing a higher level of healing is taking place. So it does make a difference, and we've had patients that'll say, hey, how can I get in these rooms that are redone? So just keep in mind, we are working hard to redo these rooms and working hard to secure donors, and we are trying very quickly to get all the rooms updated so we can have a greater patient experience. So
yes, and it's not only more comfortable for the patients, but also for the patients' families.
Absolutely. And we have nice chairs, and I think it's more inviting for someone that may want to spend the night with their loved one. They're more comfortable, and we saw some of the images where the couches folded out, and the one in the nursery area, there's a button you press and the back pops up, and you can have a nice bed, and of course we'll have all the sheets and all of that to help. So Dad doesn't have to leave his baby or his mother or spouse, and can be right there and stay in the room next to their loved one. So it's very nice and very accommodating as well.
It is, and just walking into those rooms, it almost relaxes you immediately. I know on the opportunities that I've had to go and visit with patients that were actually in the rooms, it immediately sets the tone for a more relaxing atmosphere. And anyone that's had a loved one in the hospital, if they were sick or had surgery, it can be a very stressful situation. So anything that can ease that stress and anxiety for the patients and the family certainly helps. And y'all certainly have done a wonderful job and have exceeded, I think, even my expectations on what would be possible with those donations.
It's definitely been a team effort, and without the leadership of Danny McAfee, who's our foundation board member and refresher room chairman, this wouldn't be possible, because he really initiated this and took the lead back in December of 2011 with trying to get the information out to the physicians and the key volunteers that work directly with the hospital on a day-to-day basis, trying to share the message and the opportunity that we had to make a difference and really getting behind this project. And so we're really just feeling like we're rolling up our sleeves and trying to connect with all the agencies and individuals in our community to reach out and see if they'll take part and be a part of this wonderful opportunity to transform the hospital and to make a difference each and every day to loved ones that are there.
Right. And I also heard, we have all of these hospitals that are somewhat surrounding us that are doing all these grand renovations or new wings and so forth. And I would imagine that a refreshing of the hospital would be a lot less cost and overhead than a complete rebuild or remodel as those are doing. So I would think that this would be saving the hospital and money.
Absolutely, and our goal is to raise around $5,000. I wish $5 million, and that probably will continue to grow as we look at other areas. But our first area of focus is the patient rooms, and then we're going to continue to work through trying to secure donations for nursing stations. I mentioned earlier, family waiting areas. We're working with a group now to secure the pediatric playroom, and so there's all kinds of giving opportunities. And really we'd be glad to sit down with anybody and talk to any family and go and meet with any group or agency that's interested in getting behind this project and wants to be a part of it. So.
Right. Well, this is a wonderful project for the hospital. If you've been in any of the older rooms, I mean, like you said, the hospital is 18 years old, and certainly a lot of the rooms have more wear and tear than some of the others, but you really think about having somebody in there each and every day for 18 years. If you let your house go without updating it for 18 years, you probably would need a new sofa or a new bed, new mattress. I don't know how many of us would like to go for 18 years without a new mattress. You also mentioned a little bit about the Hill-Rom beds. Could you go into a little bit of explanation of what those beds do that's different from what the beds do now?
Absolutely. And when we're talking about refresher room, the cost for a private room I mentioned earlier is $18,000, but in reality the cost is much greater than that. Just for example, the beds are $10,000. Okay, and you may have heard the term smart bed. The beds, there's so many more opportunities for the clinicians. More importantly, the patient, though, the patient won't have to get out of bed now. The beds actually weigh patients. The vital signs are directly taken and linked with the electronic medical record. So there's so many different capabilities now with the new Hill-Rom beds that weren't available years ago. And I just heard a story this week about someone talking about the bed and how it weighs you and how they don't have to get up now and get to the scale and walk out. So the beds are they can lower to a specific level, so there's a decrease in falls. So the opportunity to decrease falls, there are just so many new opportunities with the beds. I guess more importantly is that they're more comfortable.
Yes.
And you hear a lot about comfort and I'm tired, the mattress isn't comfortable. So all these new opportunities come with added benefits for the patient. So again, the smart beds, I'm probably not going into all the details that the beds provide. However, overall, just the key areas do make a difference. When you're there and you're not mobile and you can't move around. So definitely helpful for the patients and for the family members to help their loved ones out of the bed, and for the clinicians providing the patient care at the bedside.
Yeah, it absolutely sounds like it would make it a little bit easier for clinicians to focus on, although vital signs and things are very important, they can focus on some of the more critical information and making sure that the patient is actually being cared for rather than just taking those vital signs as they need to. And then also the safety issue, being able to lower the bed and prevent falls, sounds like that's definitely a benefit, because if someone's had surgery, they might absolutely fall if they don't have the right equipment.
Loved ones may come into the hospital now and see a wristband that says fall risk or has information posted in the rooms, and you're not seeing that as much. So, you know, hopefully the beds are making a difference.
Right.
Making a difference.
Well, thank you so much for this
Sure.
information. And if someone is interested in getting more information
Yes.
about the Refresher Room campaign, how can they get in touch with you?
They can call us at the CRMC Foundation office at 256-737-2565, or they can jump online to get more information on our website at crmchospital.com.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for coming on, and thank you
Absolutely.
for all that you and the CRMC Foundation are doing for Coleman Regional Medical Center and our community. If you need more information about the Refresher Room campaign, feel free to call the CRMC Foundation at 256-737-2565 or visit them online at crmchospital.com.